on the thumbnail. You never quite know if the thumbnail would work, especially for a no-face YouTube channel like mine. You see, once it's November of every year, I tend to feel a certain type of way. That's because I lost my mother on Christmas Day, the 25th of December 2019. I cried when the phone call came through and my sister rang me after she had tried all of my other siblings and she couldn't reach them. You see, I have a habit of not turning off my phone. I don't know why, it's just always been a habit of mine. And on this fateful day, I was the only sister she could reach. She had tried everybody. She delivered the news to me. She talked me through how the ambulance had arrived and they wheeled mom away. Now, we all knew mom was not too well, but she was on the mend. She had had a stroke. The thing is, I knew that mom was going to pass, but we didn't know when. Definitely wasn't going to be at that point because she was already on the mend. She was already mobile again and she was good. Her passing was difficult because, did I mention I was 33 weeks pregnant? So when she delivered the news to me, my sister that is, I wept. I cried and I cried and I cried until I could cry no more. It was even more difficult because I was pregnant and I was the only sister that knew at the point in time when it happened. So it was now going to be my responsibility to break it to my older sisters who were sort of in different parts of the world. So I thought to myself, let everybody have their good night first. Probably be the good night rest they would have for a very long time. So I went off to wake my husband up. I broke the news to him and he wept as well. So we had to wait till the following morning to break the news to the other sisters, albeit through their husbands, of course. Now the thing is, with that kind of news, it's bad enough that it's on any day. It could be on any day rather, but it had to be on Christmas Day. So the Christmases that have followed on from 2019 to date have been particularly very difficult. Difficult in the sense that it's the anniversary of my mother's death, but also it's a festivity that we would usually enjoy. And there's been a tradition right up until our death, because on Christmas Day over the years we would leave our homes to go spend a few hours with mom and dad, all the sisters with their children, and we would probably go to in-laws' place or friends, as you would do. But since then we've decided we would have to create our own traditions, wouldn't we? We would spend it in our own home. But it never leaves me, the thought never leaves me that it's the anniversary of our death. There's a huge responsibility on me to make that day worth the while for my own loved ones, for my own immediate family, to create our own traditions while still acknowledging mom's passing. Now, the ways in which I have been able to cope for the past years, and probably what will take me through the years until probably my own dying days, is that I've come to recognize 3 powers of a resilient person. The first power is that I know that life will happen. I know death will happen. Nobody just knows when it will happen. Everybody's going to die. That is a no-brainer. I've come to be very realistic about it. I'm very pragmatic. There is no dream or cloud 9 about you. You've got to step down from that cloud. So I know things will happen. Mom was going to die. We just didn't know when she would die. Everybody's going to die. My children know I'm going to die one day, and that's fair. Is it great? Well, isn't part of living dying as well? So I'm very realistic about that. The second thing is that I've become so good at knowing where to focus my attention, knowing what is right for me, what's not right for me. So I'm able to find the little things to be grateful for every single day. And they say when you've lived enough, you can find at least 3 things to be grateful for every single day. The third is that I tend to ask myself if what I'm doing is helping or harming me. Sometimes I can sit down, be bored, and go and find my mother's pictures and start staring at them. They do bring tears to my eyes. I do them now because I wasn't able to do them immediately after she passed. It was just very difficult. And even now, I still think to myself, should I sit down and be moping around her pictures? Or should I get up and carry on with my day? And besides that, what image, what lesson am I sending to my own children when I do pass? So the prayer of serenity has come to become second nature to me. And that is how I think I've coped the past 5 years. And probably these powers will help me into the future as well. But I'm just hoping that if you have lost anybody, or if you're wondering if you are resilient, take a good look around you. Look at the qualities around you. Do you have those 3 wonderful qualities and power I've mentioned? It may not be of use to anybody who's listening, but if it is to one person and you're struggling with how to carry on, maybe this will be useful to you. Try and think about it. No matter how bad the day may be or get, there will be at least one thing to be grateful for. Try and find it and let it bring peace to you.